So what can you do with the assets that you have back home? Now I'm going to speak specifically from a UK perspective here. You may have contributed to ISAs or pensions that you have in the UK. Now there's two options that you can do with these. You can either leave them where they are or you can move them abroad. If you leave them where they are, I think it's a viable option if you are looking to return to the UK in, say, 5 years' time. And this can be very applicable to a lot of teachers that want to do a 5 year stint outside of the UK, or if you're potentially unsure of if you ever might come back to the UK. It can be worth leaving them in the UK. You may have restrictions depending on the platforms on trading, but you may be allowed, or you should be allowed, to keep them open. So therefore, what you want to do before you leave is make sure it's in a fund that's appropriate for long-term planning for your investment and target needs that you may have to keep even in terms of volatility. Now, the other option is to move it into a platform offshore. Now, to be honest, there's not much difference. If you've got a SIPS, it can help consolidate them. The costs are around about the same if you are to transfer SIPS or pensions into an offshore platform. The same with ISAs. The platform costs are around the same. And to be honest, the only advantages are that it lets you hold different currencies. So for example, if you are looking to retire in Europe, you can hold euros in euro-based funds, or for example, if you're looking to go into potentially the US in the future, you can hold dollars, etc. on that. And the other alternative is that if you do have multiple ISAs and SIPs, you can consolidate them into one specific platform. So there's some of the options that you can do with the assets that you have back in the UK. You can, one, just leave them where they are, make sure they're in a feasible fund, two, transfer them into the offshore accounts.